I used to tell my mom, I don't like this. This isn't fun for me. And my mom used to always say this. She would say, well, that's okay, Rory, because enjoying it isn't a requirement of doing it. When I was a kid, I studied martial arts. In fact, at age 5, my mom put me into martial arts, and I started studying Taekwondo, and then when I became 7, I started studying Shaolin Kung Fu. And by age 10, I had become the youngest black belt in Colorado to ever get beaten up by a girl. This is a true story. I got beat by a girl in a tournament, and I used to tell my mom, I don't like this. This isn't fun for me. I don't enjoy this, right? Like, the idea of getting beat up was never something that was fun for me. And my mom used to always say this. She would say, well, that's okay, Rory, because enjoying it isn't a requirement of doing it. Right? Like, mom dropping bombs on me. Enjoying it isn't a requirement of doing it. And that is such a great lesson that we learn as kids. And then yet we become these older, mature, more sophisticated adults, and all too quickly we lose sight of that all-important truth that enjoying it is not a requirement of doing it. And here's the problem. I'm standing deliberately. This is in front of this picture right here. So this was my first book, Take the Stairs, which was a #1 Wall Street Journal and #2 New York Times bestseller. And I tell some of these stories about my mom. But one of the things that we found in the research for this book is that what starts out as not wanting to do something quickly turns into a real problem that can affect you, and it can very much affect the people around you and your team, and not only your own ability to succeed, but your own happiness. You see, Take the Stairs is a metaphor for doing things you know you should be doing, even when you don't feel like doing them. And it's not that our goal is to rid the world of life's little shortcuts entirely. Not every shortcut is a bad thing. Not every little thing that makes life easier is bad. That's not the point. The point is that more often than not, we need to choose a path that is different than most people. And most people choose the escalator. And much of the escalator mindset causes us to subconsciously or unconsciously gravitate into negative and destructive behaviors. And this one that I'm going to share with you is really, really dangerous. And it's really, really common, and it's really, really negative. You see, once we get used to the convenience of having things easy, it's not that there's anything wrong necessarily with having things more convenient, but the problem is that once we get used to the convenience of having things easy, if we're not careful, that convenience can quickly turn to an entitlement that things shouldn't have to be so hard. And while there's nothing wrong with convenience, entitlement is a disgusting disease that will destroy your ability to reach your dreams. It is disgusting because it is self-inflicted. It is disgusting because it is the thing that will hold you back more than anything else that is a lack of skill or a lack of resources or even being in a bad circumstance or situation. Entitlement is a self-inflicted wound, and beyond just preventing you and keeping you from being successful, entitlement steals your joy. Entitlement corrodes your heart. Entitlement rusts on your soul, because what happens is we become consumed that I shouldn't have to do things that are hard. Things should be easier for me. Someone else should do this for me. Someone else should make this easier. Someone should help me. And what happens is we get so consumed with that at some point we stop being willing to do the things we know we should do, even when we don't feel like doing them, i.e. take the stairs. Now, the good news is that there's an antidote to this entitlement. There is a solution to this problem. There is an answer to this question that if I'm struggling with entitlement, what do I need to do about it? And it's actually tremendously simple. The antidote to entitlement is gratitude. The antidote of entitlement is gratitude. Entitlement says, I shouldn't have to do this because it shouldn't have to be so hard. Gratitude says, I'm thankful for what I have. I am thankful for what I've been given. And out of that gratitude births the opportunity and the desire and the discipline and the likelihood that you will actually do the things that you should do, even if you don't like them. It's sort of like Mom used to say, enjoying it isn't a requirement of doing it. Enjoying it also is not a requirement of being grateful for it. As you are grateful, you will act. As you are grateful, you will make the best out of your circumstances. But as you are entitled, you will sit still. You will do nothing. In fact, worse than doing nothing, you will become negative. You will complain. You will become complacent. And perhaps the worst of all is that someone who has entitlement will become a cancer to everyone that they are around. Entitlement spreads. Entitlement destroys. Entitlement corrupts. Entitlement corrodes. Entitlement kills. Entitlement is a disgusting disease that destroys our ability to reach our dreams. So respond to those natural human instincts of entitlement, that natural escalator, kind of desire to just indulge in entitlement, and instead respond with a conscious, intentional, disciplined, take the stairs choice to choose gratitude, choose to be grateful, choose to be happy, choose to see the best, and out of that will birth your opportunity to become more successful.